All right, the meeting will come together. Welcome to the first meeting of the House Budget Committee for the 112th Congress. This is a very pivotal time in our country, and this room is going to see a lot of action on the pressing issues of our country. And in our first meeting today, we're going to adopt the committee's rules and an oversight plan. After this organizational meeting, we'll have our first hearing on the fiscal consequences of the new health care law. But before I put forward the proposed rules and the oversight plan, I want to begin to describe how I plan to chair the deliberations of this committee. For the last 4 years, I sat over here where Mr. Van Hollen was, next to Mr. Spratt. John Spratt's an honorable man who ran this committee very honorably. He gave the minority equal treatment and rights. We had a very, very vociferous debate. We had a spirited debate, but we treated each other with civility. We treated each other with respect as we debated the huge issues that face the fiscal future of this country. And it is my full intention to commit to run this committee in the exact same manner and style. If you take a look at our rules package, it's not much different than what we had before, because in the last majority and in the prior majority before that, the minority was respected. The minority had rights, and we intend to keep that going forward. The only changes to the rules package that you'll see from last Congress are to accommodate new House rules, which play to the benefit of the minority. More accountability, longer lead times and announcements before hearings and things like that. So with that, I want to also welcome our new ranking member. I've known Chris Van Hollen since the two of us, with others, took a pilgrimage down with John Lewis to Birmingham and Selma. We've been friends ever since then. Chris is a very talented man, and I'm really glad we've taken those talents away from the DCCC and brought it over here to the Budget Committee. So it's a better placement as far as I'm concerned. But I really look forward to working with you, Chris. I expect we will have very spirited debate. And I know you well enough to know that it will be a civil debate and that we will treat each other with mutual respect. And you are a very talented and worthy adversary. And with that, I really appreciate it. Let me just introduce the new Republicans on the committee. We've a lot of faces that have been here for a while, but I want to go through, in order of seniority, of our new members of the committee. Ken Calvert from California, one of our members of the Appropriations Committee. Todd Aiken from Missouri. I don't know if Todd's here yet. Tom Cole from Oklahoma, also serving on the Appropriations Committee. Tom Price from Georgia, member over from the Ways and Means Committee. Tom McClintock from California, specializing in these issues in the California legislature. Jason Chaffetz from Utah. Marlon Stutzman from Indiana. James Langford from Oklahoma. Diane Black, also over from Ways and Means, from Tennessee. Reed Ribble from Wisconsin, and more importantly, representing Green Bay, Wisconsin. Bill Flores from Texas. Mick Mulvaney from South Carolina. Tim Hulskamp from Kansas. Todd Young from Indiana. Justin Amash from Michigan. Todd Rokita from Indiana. Frank Ginta from New Hampshire. And I don't know if Rob Woodall is here yet, but Rob Woodall is going to be our Rules Committee person as well. And with that, because I want to, in the interest of time, get through this as quickly as possible so we can get on to our other business, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Van Hollen.
There we go. Let me start by congratulating you, Paul, on becoming chairman of the committee. We look forward to working with you and all your colleagues and looking for areas of common ground wherever possible. And as you indicated, where we have differences, and there will be many, we hope we have a spirited but very respectful debate. And I know that you had that kind of relationship with John Spratt, and we look forward to a similar working relationship with you. Congratulations as well on being selected to give the Republican response to the State of the Union address last night. It's a great honor, and I can understand why your colleagues asked you to do it. Just another word about John Spratt, because obviously I think we all will miss his insights and debate, even when you guys disagreed. Obviously, you did it in a way that I think enhanced the dialogue and the debate. And so we look forward to conducting these hearings in that same spirit. And to your reference for the DCCC, I have to say, despite our best efforts, as I look on your side of the aisle, you got a lot of new members. So congratulations to all the new members here. And I want to introduce some of our new members to the committee as well. And some of them are new to the Congress as well, but obviously not as many as on your side of the aisle. Let me introduce, I don't know if Bill Pasquale is here. He's a Ways and Means Committee member, but it doesn't look like Bill's here. Mike Honda from California is here. He serves also on the Appropriations Committee. Tim Ryan's not here. He's from Ohio. He'll be joining us on the committee. I know Debbie Wasserman Schultz should be here shortly from Florida. She'll be joining the committee. Kathy Castor from Florida is new to the committee. And we also have, of course, Heath Schuler from North Carolina, new to the committee, and Paul Tonko from New York. And one of our new members, Karen Bass from California, who served previously as the Speaker of the California Assembly. So I think I speak for all my colleagues in saying that, again, where we can find common ground, we hope to do it. And where we have differences, we hope the debate will illuminate the distinctions for the American people about very clear policy choices and differences they have, rather than obscure some of those differences. So
Thank you. We are our constituents,
I
nothing less.
look forward to working with you. And
Great.
as Paul said, we got to know each other some time ago on that civil rights trip. And,
Fantastic. Thank you, Mr. Van Hollen. In the interest of time, any other members having opening statements, you may submit those statements in writing for the record. Today we will meet to do two things: consider the committee's rules of procedure, and consider the committee's oversight plan. The rules of procedure set out the proposed rules for the committee and to conform them to the House rules. The committee's oversight plan outlines the committee's proposal for planned activities for this Congress. We will now proceed to consider the committee rules for adoption. I'd like to begin by briefly reviewing the proposed rules for the package. The committee is required to adopt its rules of procedure under Clause 2 of House Rule 11. The rules document covers procedures relating to hearings, meetings, and reports. It is similar to the committee rules from the last Congress, except that it has been changed to conform to the House rules adopted by the House earlier this month. These changes generally affect notice requirements and the availability of committee information. For example, it now requires public notice of markups to be made 3 days in advance, an increase from 24 hours. It requires roll call votes be posted within 48 hours and the text of those amendments within 24 hours. In general, these rules require as much information as possibly made publicly available as such witness testimony and witness truth in testimony statements. Like the previous rules package, it does not include the authority provided under the House rules package to postpone votes. As a consequence, members need to be in attendance during any markup. The gentleman from New Jersey is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent that, consistent with Clause 4 of House Rule 16, that the chairman be authorized to declare a recess at this time. At any time. At any time.
Without objection, the request is agreed to. The committee will now proceed to the consideration of the rules package. Without objection, the markup document is considered read and is open for amendment at any point. Are there any amendments? All right. If there are no amendments, I now recognize the gentleman from New Jersey for the purpose of offering necessary motions to adopt the rules package.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I move that the committee adopt the chairman's mark as a rule of procedure of the Committee on the Budget for the 112th Congress.
The question is on the motion offered by the gentleman from New Jersey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The ayes have it, and the rules package is adopted. I'd now like to make an announcement at this time. Because it is required by House rules, the committee rules contain a provision for the long-discussed practice of holding regular meetings on the second Wednesday of each month. The committee is notified pursuant to Committee Rule 2 that all regular meetings for the 112th Congress are canceled. Members will be notified of additional and special meetings, as is our customary practice. The committee will now consider the oversight plan for the 112th Congress. I'll skip through the summary of the oversight plan. Without objection, the oversight plan is considered as read and is open to amendment at any time. Are there any amendments?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Van Hollen.
Thank you. We do not have any amendments, and we've reviewed the work plan, and we appreciate the work plan and look forward to working with you on it. And I think we're prepared to accept it on a voice vote. Let me just give you this caveat. There are a number of references in the work plan to the rules of the House that were passed on opening day, and I don't want our voice vote to at any time be construed or interpreted as agreeing to the rules of the House that were passed the first time.
Duly noted. I now recognize the gentleman from New Jersey for the purpose of offering the necessary motion to adopt the oversight plan.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move that the committee adopt the chairman's mark as the oversight plan for the Committee on the Budget for the 112th Congress.
The question is on the motion offered by the gentleman from New Jersey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it, and the oversight plan is adopted. I ask unanimous consent that the committee be authorized to issue and print copies of the compilation of laws and rules relating to the congressional budget process without objection, so ordered.
Yeah. I ask unanimous consent that the staff be authorized to make any necessary technical, conforming, or stylistic changes to the committee rules and oversight plan, that the rules of the Committee on the Budget be issued as a committee print, and that the chairman submit the rules for printing in the congressional record within 30 days, and that the chairman be authorized to submit the oversight plan to the Committee on House Administration and Government Reform.
Without objection, so ordered. That concludes the items of business on the agenda for the House Budget Committee's organizational meeting. The committee stands adjourned. I see our witness. Do you want to get started?
If we could just take a
Okay.
10-minute recess,
Okay, so
would be great.
we went through this pretty quickly. We'll take a 10-minute break. I see our first witness is here. It's just because members are here, we'll take a 10-minute break, and then we'll resume at 9:30 for our first hearing, get ourselves a head start.
Just so we can give notice to some of
Say
our
that again.
members.
Yeah, I see Rick Fusser. Okay, the committee stands adjourned.
That's it? Done? Well, I said it's exciting. Can't Ryan just deem everything? Get it done. Why not? Where's coffee? Where's coffee? Where's coffee around here? I went downstairs. Downstairs? I don't know where else. Well, I noticed Price came back with some. Is there coffee around here? Straight back. Straight back? Healthcare hearing. I got a. Where are you going? Oh. Good. Get us out of here before it snows. What time do you think I'll finish this thing up? Well, Tom's. Oh, that's right. Tom's doing the bill. Where'd he go? Tom's doing the bill? Yeah. Correct. Well done. I wonder how many amendments the campaign has done. Yeah. The safest thing to do is. I was wondering how many amendments. Oh, on this bill today. How you doing? Ken Calvin.